take you to the Hotel Martinet in Brooklyn, where Bobby Millett and his orchestra are offering a program of dance music.
So do you remember in the last video where I said that the number 8 cylinder on the black truck wasn't wanting to fire? Well, today I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is we figured out what was wrong with it. Well, actually, we isn't the right word there. I had nothing to do with it. Since the last video, this is my first time back at the garage. My dad's the one that actually pulled the valve covers off and inspected it, so I can't take the credit there. No. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on, but what it actually did was it pulled the stud out of the head there on the number 8 cylinder. Now, that sucks a lot, but it's not a huge deal. These are just the stock style pressed in studs. You can drill a hole through them and pin them, or you can get the screw in type studs, which we'd have to pull all these out and tap them. But either way, got to pull the heads off to fix it. And at that point, do I want to fix these heads or get new heads, try to find some aluminum heads, which would be ideal in this situation. But I'm having a hard time. I was doing a little bit of searching on like Summit or on for used heads on Craigslist and stuff, and I'm having a hard time finding any that aren't 64 cc's, because that would put the compression way too high, and I'm not 100% sure what dome volume these pistons are. And I don't want to get 64s, find out that it'll put it at like 12.5 to 1, or worse yet, it'll actually contact the valves. So now we're just at the point of trying to figure out what route we want to go with fixing it. Alright, so the studs are pressed back in. He's going to roll it over real quick so you can...
Ready?
Let me get this. Alright, yep. Yeah.
Pop out?
No, not that I saw.
Wow.
And it looked like the springs still have plenty of gap, so I don't think they're bottoming out. It could have just been the...
I pounded that fucking stud in there.
Yeah, I think it must have just been the RPM slowly pushed them out. I don't know why it was both of them on that cylinder. So we're gonna throw it back together. He's cleaning up the plug right now. It had a lot of raw gas and stuff on it just from that cylinder not firing. Then we're going to throw it back together, fire it up, and just test some more things. Alright, got almost everything back together. Stole the valve covers off the other motor. So we picked up a few horsepower with all the chrome and my affinity for these T-handles. Hopefully the extra breather should help. What?
Positive wire to the distributors underneath the valve cover.
That was your side.
Yep.
Don't worry, I probably won't leave that in.
No, you'd leave it in there. I would.
Yeah. See how long it lasts this time. This is gonna be loud. I'll cover the speaker a little bit. Throttle response was nice.
Yeah.
It was right there. I'm sure that was, I was trying to get back so that the camera could actually pick up the sound. I'm sure it got all distorted again.
Well, the cylinder seems to be working.
Yeah, for that little bit.
Touch it, see if it's hot.
Man, all right.
Well, it seems like it would have burnt that oil off.
Let me. Yeah, it's hot. It was running at least this time. Well, let me throw the tack together real quick just so it's reading something, and then we'll take it out again. See how it does. Now we can see where it stalls at too, the converter. Still good oil pressure, about 55 pounds. Is the distributor like tightened down? I was gonna try to advance it a little more. Alright, we're pulling up to Mexico right now, so. Ugh. I really hope that wasn't a burnout attempt. I'm worried it was though. What? That did not last long.
God damn it.
Yeah, loose as fuck.
I'm gonna bump it over so it's down.
Not doing a damn thing. Yeah. Yep, made the same mistake.
We take you to the Hotel Martinet in Brooklyn, where Bobby Millett and his orchestra are offering a program of dance music.
We go again. Here we go again. Here we go. Here we go again. Here we go.
just got the heads off, and hopefully we'll get them all taken care of and get the motor back together today. We're going to try to get one of the studs out so that we know how far it goes into the head, and then we will drill it and pin it. Just going to drill through the casting right here with a little 1/8 inch drill bit. We picked up this longer one just to be safe, make sure that our drill press could reach it. And then we're just going to knock some of these pins in it. These are tension pins. We just went to a local hardware store and picked them up. They were the ones that were recommended to us by a Circle Track friend of ours. And if they can handle him at 7,000 RPM, they should be good for us. Because we're going to be a whole lot less RPM than that. Well, I don't think we'll crack 63, 64. But everything else looks good. So we're just going to find a way to set these up on the drill press. After we get one out and find out how far down we can go.
Don't help when you have oil all over you.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good amount. Looks like it was up to there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll have plenty of room anywhere we drill, really.
Yeah, at least that much was in there.
Alright, we're taking a break from the truck real quick because an opportunity showed up. We got the quads loaded up because there's a vehicle that we might be trading these for. He's not too far away, so we're gonna load him up, go check that thing out, and hopefully make a deal. Trade both the quads for the vehicle. Alright, we just got back to the house. That took way longer than I thought it would. Almost 2.5 hours, 3 hours, something like that. But we were able to strike a deal. We brought it home. It is a 1999 Chevy Suburban that is in, actually, aside from being dirty and super grungy from sitting for last year, it's in pretty good shape. You want me to crank?
Yeah, you crank it.
You want to tell them about the truck?
Well, body doesn't seem to be too bad. Windows aren't broke. That is not a crack. We did run into a little bad luck when we got there. Right when we got there, the window caught fire. Bummer. You can still smell it. We cut the wires and good to go.
Where were we? The underneath, aside from being a Michigan truck, it's pretty good. And actually my favorite thing about it is in the back, it has the barn doors instead of the lift gate, which I think is sweet. But it's not just that it's a good Suburban, even though I do love these body style Suburbans. There's a little bit more going on with it than that. It's already been LS swapped. It has the motor and transmission out of, he said, a 2005 Silverado. We can always go back and clean up this and get rid of all the wiring that's not going to be needed. It's not going to be a hot rod or anything like that, or any sort of like real in-depth project vehicle for the channel. It's hopefully going to become my new daily driver now that the truck gets 8 miles a gallon and I can only go to a handful of gas stations nearby. So that thing, I'm going to fix it up a little bit here and there, and it's 4-wheel drive, so that'll be nice with the winter months coming here. Now that this video got completely cluster effed, I think we're just going to finish drilling the heads on the black truck and then probably call it a day. got one head drilled and we went through 4 bits, so I don't think we're gonna get to the other one today.
All right, I'm happy.
Yeah, at least they're in the actual stud.
Yeah, they're in the studs.
These two were with the good bit, and then that's where it snapped. And then these two were with the good bit, that's where it snapped.
Yep.
So that's gonna do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. I'll see you next time.